Hello, Jorge, your camera works again. Welcome.
Thank you. How are you?
Very glad to have you in here, guys. How are you doing? It's the start of the week, so generally a horrible thing. How do you feel?
I feel terrible.
Why? But you have an amazing t-shirt today. Why should you feel terrible about it?
Yes, that's good. But I started my day with the left foot.
Why? What happened?
I broke my phone. I arrived late to work. I had a lot of urgencies.
Oh my God. Like I want a retirement, but from life.
Oh, yes.
Oh my God, Liz. How did you break your phone? What happened?
How can I say? Se me cayó de la ruta.
Okay. In this case, you can say I dropped it off. Like lo dejé caer. I dropped it off from the route.
From the bus.
No, Liz. Why? I'm so sorry about it.
It's okay.
Well, at least you have a cool t-shirt. What can I tell you? Oh my God. What about you, Jorge? How's your week starting?
Fine. A lot of things what to do in this week, but everything it's fine.
I'm very glad about it. Very good. Well, at least, I mean, we obviously always have a lot of things to do as adults, but I'm glad that you're doing fine. Did you get a haircut?
Yes, I cut my hair. Yes, too much hot.
Obviously, I mean, yes. What can I tell you?
Yes, and it's more comfortable.
Yeah.
For the men's is more comfortable, and it's very quickly to when you finish your bath, you very quickly you go to the office.
Indeed, only like 5 minutes, and there you go. It's ready to go.
It's very good.
Of course, but I like the haircut. It looks good. It looks good. Very nice. Now, what about you, Karen? How are you doing today? Not such terrible Monday as Lizzie's, or so-so?
Well, so-so.
Why?
I start the week with a lot of work and activities, but it's good. It's better than others.
Well, at least, at least. Well, okay. Interesting. What kind of activities did you have to do this week?
Well, in my job, I have to do a lot of reports. I don't know, to organize a lot of things. Organize. And a lot of housework also.
I hate that one. It never ends.
Yes.
It's clean 1 second, and the next 10 minutes, it's like, oh my God, I have a mess again. I understand you. Okay, well, guys, what can we do? We're here. We still have like 50 to 55 minutes. So let's try to have a good time while we are in here, okay? So, first of all, guys, well, the last couple of weeks, since we began the course up until now, we have been doing like tenses review. We have reviewed the present simple and the present continuous, past simple and past continuous, present perfect and present perfect continuous. So lots of tenses. Now, what can you tell me about like the general difference between a simple and a continuous tense? If you could give me a general rule for telling them apart, what kind of thing would you tell me? What is the difference between a simple and a continuous tense?
A simple tense is for a short action.
Okay, interesting.
And for the continuous tense is about an action that I haven't finished.
Okay, that's a very useful rule. Okay, Lizzie. So, for example, if you could give us an example using that principle, how would you exemplify this rule? Like short versus long?
I don't know.
It's okay. No, it's okay. It's okay. Anyway, it's a good principle. Generally, as you said, continuous tenses as such emphasize that the action, whatever action we're talking about, is still in progress. It isn't a finished process, but rather something that continues over time. I am explaining grammar. I haven't finished explaining. It's still in process. I was walking to the store. In that moment, the action was in progress. I have been giving classes for 10 years. The action is still in progress. So yes, very correct. Generally, continuous tenses emphasize this sense of the action being in progress, not entirely finished. Very good, very well done. What other thing can you tell me? How can we tell those ones apart? Simple and continuous. What do you think? Your faces, guys, don't hate me. What would you tell me? Anything else that comes to mind? Or I help you a little bit with this one.
Help.
Bien rápido. Yes. Okay. In here, like generally, guys, this is also like a general rule. Obviously, it doesn't take several things into consideration. It's only general. But usually, simple tenses emphasize the permanent, while continuous tenses emphasize the temporary. For example, if I tell you I work as an English teacher, that's my permanent job. It has a sense of permanence. If I say I am working as an English teacher this summer, it's a temporary action. Only this summer. It won't continue. It's only for a period of time. It's not permanent. Another one, for example, could be, I have watched many TV series in my life because I love series. That's permanent. That's something that I love doing since I can remember. But if I tell you I have been watching this TV series, it's only temporary. Like maybe in the end, I will like it or I won't like it. But temporarily, I'm still doing the action, regardless of the consequence. So that's also another thing you need to consider. When you refer to the permanent, most likely you use a simple form. And when you refer to the temporary, you use a continuous form as well. Okie dokie. Now, another thing that could help you to tell them apart, okie dokie, is that generally, simple things, simple tenses make reference to things about our personality. For example, I love pizza. That's something I love. Let me think. I was a very good student. Then again, part of my personality. I have always loved, I don't know, reading. That's also part of my personality. So usually simple tenses make reference to the things about you that never change. It's like part of who you are. And in the continuous ones, it depends more on the circumstances, not so much on who you are as a person, but more on the circumstance. That's also another thing, okay? Well, very interesting. So guys, do you feel experts with the tenses we have seen so far? Like, ¿ya los puedo graduar? Why, Maritere? What is the problem?
We need to practice more.
What? What do you need to practice? Like everything in general or what things?
Everything in general, I think.
Okay. Do you feel the same, guys? Do you need like a general overview before I graduate you? Or we can move on? How do you feel? You can tell me the truth. I won't bite you.
They
Come
are
on.
smarter than me, so maybe they can move on.
Of course not. Everyone's smart in this class. So, yes, guys, do we make a review or the final test?
Yes, please.
The final thing so we can move on? I do agree on that one. Very good, guys. So, let me share my screen with you. All right, give me just 2 seconds. And here we go. In here, guys, as you can see, you have different sentences. The thing in here is that you don't have to contrast two specific tenses. This is freer. You can use present tenses, past tenses, or perfect tenses. It depends on the necessity of the sentence as such. So for example, in here, guys, in number 1, we have Jeff blank, our bank manager at the moment. He blank here for 3 years. Now, you have to conjugate the verb to be in both blanks. Now, how are you going to conjugate this? Using a present tense, a past tense, or a perfect tense?
I think past, not.
Okay, how would you conjugate it?
The first, Jeff was our back manager at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
No, sorry. No.
Liz.
No, it's past, it's present. Jeff is our bank manager at the moment. He
Has
What?
been.
Yes, yeah.
Has been here.
Exactly. Very good. Now, why are you using has been? Why are you using the perfect form?
It sounds good.
Well, it does indeed, but why does it sound good?
Because he's working there at the moment.
Exactly. You have at the moment. Because you have the phrase at the moment is in this precise second. So it's a present tense. Jeff is our bank manager. But in the other sentence, you have for and then a period of time for 3 years. So it's an action that started 3 years ago, but continues to the present. He has been here for 3 years, okay? An action that started in the past, but continues to the present. He has been here. So, as you can see, guys, in here, it depends on the sentence, okay? The conjugation will entirely depend on the necessity of the sentence, okay? So, let me send you the screenshot to the activity so you can work more comfortably. Give me just 2 tiny seconds and I will send it to you. Give me 1 second. Okay. So we have this one, part 1, and it's already in the group chat, guys, part 1 and part 2. if you do pretty decently and pretty correctly with these exercises, then official graduation ceremony, and we can continue to more complex things. Okie dokie, guys. So take your time, analyze the sentence, conjugate them in the correct tense. Obviously, if you have questions, if you don't understand something, if you don't know what to do, the vocabulary is difficult, whatever, tell me and I will help you, okay? Absolutely no problem. Best of
Hey.
luck, guys. I want to see you graduating. Go, you can do this.
Okay.
Excellent.
¿Cómo se dice manos a la obra?
In this case, you would say like, let's put ourselves into it. Let me write it in the chat. Like,
Let's put ourselves into it.
exactly. Manos a la obra. Vamos a darle. Exactly. Let's put ourselves into it. Vamos a darle. Manos a la obra. Yes. Let me know if you have questions. I'm here. Okay.
Teacher, one question. It is of another thing, but I always have the doubt.
Yes, Maritere, tell me.
When I'm writing with somebody and I want to say, okay, we keep in touch, or we como quedamos atentos, seguimos pendientes, o sea,
Okay.
how do you say? What is the
Okay.
correct way to say that?
Okay, like quedo pendiente, like voy a esperar tu respuesta y quedo pendiente.
Ajá.
Okay, very good. In that case, you would say, like, if you want to do it like very formally, you would say, like, let's keep in touch in case anything comes up. Like, nos mantenemos en contacto en caso de que salga algo, en caso de que algo pase, you know?
Okay.
Excellent.
Esa. Thank you very much.
No, you're welcome, Maritere, no problem. Hello, Ray. Have you seen the screenshots in the WhatsApp conversation? You already working on them?
Yes, I'm
Very
working
good.
on it.
Very correct. If you have any questions or if you need any help, tell me. Absolutely no problem. You can do this, guys. I'm going to move very quickly, guys, because my battery is almost dead and the socket in there isn't functioning properly. So let me move to another place so I can connect my computer, okay? Give me 1 second, but I'm still here listening to you if you need anything, okay? I'll be back in 1 second. My house isn't a mansion. Are you ready, guys? Or you need a few more minutes and I'm pushing it too much? Few more minutes?
Yes, please.
Okay, okay, okay. Sorry, sorry. Bájele la espuma a su capuchino, teacher. Have you finished, Lizzie? Ready with them?
Yes, I have.
Excellent, very good. The rest of you guys still struggling? You need a few more minutes? Jorge's face like, come on, yes.
Just a little bit more.
Okay. So Lizzie, hang on in there. We'll check in a few more minutes.
Okay, yes, take your time.
Excellent. Do you have a question, Maritere, or my confusion? Oh, okay. Don't worry.
No, I'm reading in out loud.
Okay. also finished, Jorge? Ah, no. Sorry, no. Finish, Ray? Perfect. Okay, so we have Liz and Ray. Okay, Maritere, Karen, and Jorge. Tell me when you're ready or if you need help, okay? The first one who finishes with the exercise, okay? So let's see. Ready, Maritere?
Yes.
Excellent. So let us see, guys. Judgment time for all of you. Jorge and Karen, if you haven't finished, don't worry about it, okay? We will check little by little and try to clarify all of your questions in the process, okay? So if you have any issues, any problems, any doubts, just let us know, okay? So, Gunter, no. Vete para allá. So sorry, guys. I have the dog in the freaking keyboard. Oh my God. Okay, so the first sentence is Jeff is our bank manager. He has been here for 3 years. Now, what about the second one, guys?
Was still sleeping when the alarm went off.
Perfect. Exactly. Very good. Is the past continuous versus the past simple. A long action was still sleeping versus a short one. Went off. Excellent. Now, what about number 3?
If everyone donates $5, we would have enough to buy a new machine.
Very good, Liz. Well, now in this one, we would have or we will have?
Teacher, we cannot use could Like a possibility.
Could.
We could
Okay.
have enough money to buy a new machine. Entonces podríamos tener suficiente dinero para comprar una nueva máquina.
We could have money to buy a new machine. Yes, it's acceptable, though it's a tricky one because usually could is used to emphasize a possibility. Like I could run, but now I can't because I smoke, for example. But in this case, as you're putting in, we could buy, it's like a kind of condition. So yeah, it's acceptable. It's acceptable. Now, Liz, how did you conjugate?
We will have.
We will have. Yes, that's also very good. Like if they do this, we will have this consequence in the future, will, or we could have money to buy a new machine. Both are acceptable answers. Excellent. Very
Would.
nice, guys.
And would, it is acceptable, would?
Would. That's also acceptable because it's a kind of a hypothetical situation. Like we would have enough money. Tendríamos suficiente dinero. We would have. So as you can see, in here you have three possibilities. Will, could, or would. The three of them are super correct. Will expresses a result in the future. Could express a possibility, but in a very polite way. You know, like we could have, you know, like, you're being very ooh la la, señor Frances, like very fancy. Could have, very good. And we would have is also acceptable because then again, is the hypothetical. If they do this, yes, what's up, Lizzie?
What about we, yesterday I was watching a video about the use of shall.
Okay.
It could be we shall have, or is not correct.
It could be. The problem is that the auxiliary shall as such is like old English, you know? Do you remember this iconic scene from The Lord of the Rings? When Gandalf says like, you shall not pass. Exactly. It's because it's old English. Shall, a few centuries ago was used instead of will. But it's exactly the same idea. Nowadays, you can use shall, but more than anything, to ask for confirmation. For example, shall we go to the movies tonight? I'm asking you like, if we should do it or we shouldn't. Shall we go to the cinema? That is like the modern English use, and it's more typical to use that in British English than in American English. Shall we have a cup of tea? You know, shall we have a cup of tea? It's more common in British English than in American English, but it's acceptable. It could work. Yes.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And don't forget Gandalf, you shall not pass. Okay, very good. Excellent. Very good. So far, so good. Now, what would you do with sentence number 4?
Because I put, there was a great documentary on TV yesterday evening. Did you see it? No, I didn't. I had to take my television set back to the store, blah, blah, blah.
Perfect. Yes, Maritere, everything is conjugated in the past tense. Perfect. Excellent. Super cool. Anyone has a different answer? Something you would like to check? Or you also conjugated in past?
I agree with Tere.
Excellent, guys. Very correct. Very correct. Now, what would you do in number 5?
When I returned to the car park, I didn't know where I parked my car.
Okay, do you agree, guys?
Yes.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. When I returned, like in the past. Very good. Excellent. Do you also agree, Lizzie, or you have something different?
No, I agree with Ray.
Excellent, guys. Very correct. Now, what would you do in number 6?
My uncle has been wearing the same pullover the whole winter. I guess he loves it.
Perfect. Exactly. Has been wearing is the present perfect continuous, guys. An action that started in the past, continues in the present, and probably will continue in the future. Has been wearing the same pullover. And then I guess he loves, with the extra S, loves it because it's personal information. It's the present simple tense. Perfect. Perfect. Very good. Now, what about number 7?
Number 7. Mom was preparing dinner when the doctor arrived. Yes.
Perfect. Very correct. Only arrived.
Arrived.
Right.
Exactly. Arrived. Excellent. Very good, Jorge. Perfect. Very nice. Now, what about number 8?
He has been walking around with a limp since he has his accident a few weeks ago.
Okay. Perfect. Only 2 things in here, Karen. The pronunciation of the verb, you never pronounce the L, okay? It's walking. He has
Walking.
been walking. And then, since he has or since he had?
He has.
Exactly, because the accident was a few weeks ago, is the past. So, since he had. Very good. Now, guys, what is to walk with a limp? What's that?
With the muleta.
Ah, okay. Yes, yes. A limp. Exactly. And how do you say baston? What is the difference? Oh. What about this one, guys? Do you know how to say baston?
The difference,
Baston.
It's not like stuff.
Staff? What do you mean
Yes.
by staff?
Well, maybe it's a different type of baston. It's like the big stick.
Aha, very good. You gave me the correct word, stick. One of the things that you can say is walking stick, baston, okay? But that's usually long and very thin, and it's the kind of thing that blind people use, a walking stick, you know? Very long and very thin. Now, the one that old people use, for example, is a cane. Cane. C-A-N-E. That's also baston, but usually for older people. So it has more support than the walking stick.
Like candy cane?
Yes, precisely like that. Candy cane. Very good. Now, a limp is not precisely a muleta. Muleta in singular, only one, is a crutch. And in plural is crutches. Muletas. Now, a limp, to walk with a limp, is to walk, like, for example, like Dr. House. How did he walk?
Cojeando.
Precisely. When you walk with a limp, caminas con cojera, caminas cojeando. That's to walk with a limp in English. Okie dokie. Excellent. Very correct, guys. Very correct. Okay, now, yes, had his accident. Very good. Now, number 9.
You look pretty worried. What is happening?
Okay, okay, very good. Any other variants that you have in here, guys?
what happened, happened.
Happens.
What happened?
Happened.
Exactly. Not precisely what is happening. That would be like, for example, my dogs are barking a lot. What is happening? Like in this moment, okay? In here, as you're saying, like, you look very worried, it doesn't make reference precisely to the present. Yes, in the sense that that's the appearance of that person. But your question, you have 2 possibilities in here. What happened in the past, or also what has happened in the present perfect simple. ¿Qué ha pasado? ¿Qué ha ocurrido? ¿Qué ocurrió? Or ¿qué ha ocurrido? Both forms are super acceptable and super correct. Okie dokie. Excellent. Now, guys, in the next one, 10. What is the correct sentence?
When we arrived at the theater,
Mhm.
the play has already started.
Okay, has already started in the present perfect?
Had.
Interesting. Had already started. Do you guys agree or you have something different?
Was already starting.
Was already starting. Okay, what other possibilities do you have? Or that's all? So suddenly shy, guys. Okay, in this one, okay, yes, was already starting, ya estaba empezando, it's acceptable, but grammatically speaking, the best answer for this one is had already started, ya había empezado. The thing is that we haven't seen that tense yet. That's the past perfect tense. And we haven't seen past perfect. Yes, we have a lot of tenses. Welcome to the nightmare. So yeah, the correct tense, like grammatically speaking, had already started. Ya había empezado. Don't worry, we will look at the past perfect at some point. Don't worry about it. But was already starting, ya estaba empezando, is also acceptable. Yes, very correct, very correct. Okay, now guys, what about number 11? Ah, this is such a tragic sentence. Oh my God. So what do you have in this one?
Okay.
Mm,
When she came home, she saw that her husband were drinking for some time.
Okay, where? Husband where?
Was drinking?
Okay, exactly. The third person singular was. Do you have the same, guys? All of you?
in the last, I put had been drinking. No sé si estoy.
Yes, indeed. Why did you use that, Maritere?
I don't
Pure
know.
intuition?
Yes.
Well, your intuition is a clever thing because yes, had been drinking for some time. Then again, is the past perfect, but we haven't seen the past perfect. So other possibilities are good. Grammatically speaking, had been drinking for some time. Había estado bebiendo ya desde hace ratito, a drunkard. But yes, was drinking for some time, can be in this sense, because we haven't seen the past perfect. But Maritere, very good. It was pure intuition, but respect, respect. Very good. Okay, now, what about number 12, guys?
Number 12. Have you heard the good news? Stan and Margie got married. That's not new. I knew about it for a few weeks.
Okay, interesting, very good. The rest of you guys, what do you have? Did you conjugate the same?
Or perhaps in the first part, we can use, did you hear the good news?
Okay, interesting. In here, I am asking about a specific past experience, or I'm asking about like, oh my God, I lost the word, Jesus. Or about a specific past event or about an experience. What is it? Do I have like a specific time expression? Like, did you listen to the good news yesterday? Or I have no time expression?
A ver, otra vez.
Va de nuez. Okay, in here, do you have, oh my God, guys, I'm so sorry. Okay, so do you have a specific time expressions that connects the idea to the past? Like yesterday, 2 weeks ago. Do we have an expression like that or no time expression?
No
No time.
time.
Exactly. As we don't have a specific when, we're asking about an experience. So have you heard? ¿Has escuchado? I'm not emphasizing the when, I'm emphasizing the action as such. The important thing is the chisme, guys. Like, have you heard about it? I don't care about when. That's not important information. What I care about is the gossip, not the when. So I don't use the simple past in here. The time is not important. What is important is the action as such. So yes, Jorge, have you heard the news? Exactly, very correct. Now, in the other part, like this guy, Stan and Margie got married. Do all of you have got married or you have a different conjugation?
Ah, yeah, get married. Sorry.
Ah, perfect. Exactly. Are getting married. ¿Tú qué dices, Grace? Yes? No? Okay, so are getting married. Exactly. Have you heard the news? They are getting married because if I use got, I would have to use a time expression. They got married 2 weeks ago in Vegas and they didn't say anything. I'm specifying when. But in here, I have no indicator or no time expression that the action happened in the past. So it's not got married, but rather are getting married. A future idea, se van a casar, like super sure, are getting married. Okay, it's the super sure future. Now, that's not new. And then we have I blank about it for a few weeks. I have the expression for and a period of time. So what is the conjugation?
I knew.
I knew it. Well, in here you could use knew if you said like since last week, for example, but in here you have a period of time, Liz.
Yes.
For,
I have known.
Have known.
No.
exactly. I have known about it for a few weeks. If you use the past, you would say like, I found out about it, like me enteré. I found out about it 2 weeks ago. Like, yo ya lo sabía, es chisme viejo, you know, like 2 weeks ago. But as we have for a few weeks, a period of time is a perfect tense. I have known about it. Lo he sabido por unas cuantas semanas. Precisely. Very correct. Very correct. Okie dokie, guys. I think we have time for one more. So let us check. Number 13. What do you have in here?
I tried to call you the whole week. Where have you been?
I agree with the where have you been, but what about the first part?
I have been trying.
Been trying.
Exactly. I have been trying to call you the whole week. The action started at the beginning of the week and it continued to a specific point. I have been trying to call you. He estado intentando contactarte, he estado intentando llamarte the whole week. If you said last week, that would be the past. I tried to contact you last week, but the whole week, toda la semana, started in the past and continues to the present. I've been trying to, okay? Perfect, guys. Well, still, we have a few more sentences to check. So I will send you the answers so that you can contrast and see if you got them correctly. And we will discuss what you got correct and incorrect during Wednesday's class. Okie dokie. Thank you very much for coming, guys. I know Mondays are a punishment from hell, but I really appreciate that you're here. Thank you. Have a very nice evening, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Okie dokie.
See ya.
See you, teacher.
Bye.
Take care.
See you. Take care.